Today, we bare our secrets to you so that you can judge us.
Let's go! We are going to talk about guilty pleasure games. We all have guilty pleasures, movies and shows that we enjoy that we'd rather not talk about.
That's true.
Games a little more difficult to come up with.
It was really difficult because, and I searched online for other people who have guilty pleasures. I'm like, do other people have these? And I came across a lot who said no such thing as a guilty pleasure for me. I think it's stupid to feel guilty for playing a game. And it's like,
good for you, buddy.
Yeah, way to go. But I really did have a hard time coming up with guilty pleasure games.
Well, you got some good ones. One that comes very easily to mind for me is Balloon Pop. There's a PC game, and the reason that it's guilty for me is because, one, it was on 150 games disc.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next was, when it was loading, it said, games for girls. But me and my dad loved it.
Okay, now this isn't a game.
Okay.
But I do have a guilty pleasure.
Great. Tell us at the end.
Okay, I'll tell you guys at the end. My first one is, I couldn't think of any that I just straight up felt bad about playing.
Yeah.
But one that sometimes I'm afraid to bring up is, I love Brawl.
Yes.
I love playing Brawl. I don't get to play it very often.
All is Brawl.
But yes, Brawl is so much fun to play. Even with all its jank, it's more fun to play with somebody who doesn't know infinites.
Yeah.
It's just a blast of a game to play with all of the weird stuff that's going on.
I think it was perfect for us, just being as competitive as we were, but not to the point where we would do the glitches and the wobbling.
Oh yeah, no infinites.
We played it fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a blast, but a lot of people hate on it.
For years, I thought the website All Is Brawl was Alice Brawl. So, I'm a dude.
That's great.
My next one is guilty pleasure for a very kind of different reason. Animal Crossing for GameCube. There's nothing wrong with that game. In fact, it's one of the best ones to seek out because it has free virtual console in it. Mm-hmm. But bought this game for my sister, and I got it used. Mm-hmm. I was young, okay. And then I saw it sitting there, and I was like, that case is already open. Christmas isn't for a few weeks. I'll just play it. So I played my sister's Christmas gift.
And you kept it?
Well, she didn't have a GameCube, so...
Way to go. Way to go. Now Scott, you do not Christmas. You do not know how to Christmas.
Not so much.
There was a time where okay, something that you need to understand about Christmas is you do not buy stuff close to Christmas. Okay? I bought Scott a Christmas gift.
I'm not supposed to buy stuff for myself.
Exactly.
Yeah. No one should.
No, nobody should. But I bought Scott a Christmas gift, Mega Man X Collection for the GameCube. And I bought it to give it to him as a Christmas present. And as I was going to give it to him for Christmas, he's like, look what game I bought.
Why would I do that? I only played Mega Man games to satiate you anyway. Why would I buy it for myself?
And he bought it for himself, so I kept my copy of the game, and you kept your copy of the game. I'm like, okay, that's all right. And I had already started playing it, just to check it out, just
to make sure it was a good gift.
Exactly.
All right. And speaking of Mega Man.
Speaking of Mega Man games, I don't have it. Once again, I don't feel bad, but a lot of my favorite Mega Man games are not other people's. A lot of people say, Mega Man 2 is the best Mega Man game. In the original series, I like Mega Man 3. In fact, I think 9 and 10 are better than 2 as well, but I think 3 is the best. I love Mega Man 6. A lot of people don't like Mega Man 6. Mega Man X6 is my absolute favorite Mega Man game, and that is a game that is kind of an abomination. It should not have happened.
It's got a cool opening cinematic, though.
Yes. It came out less than a year after Mega Man X5, used so many of the assets, but
yikes.
The level design, I love. The music is literally one of the best in video game history, and yet it is an abomination that Keiji Inafune had literally nothing to do with.
Yeah. Yikes.
But I love it.
Next, I have Sonic Heroes. Now, I can't remember if I really had any enjoyment with this game, so I don't know if it's proper for pleasure, but I think I finished it and beat it out of... I spent money on this, and man, was it bad. So many camera issues and just annoying characters. Like, I think Sonic Heroes was the height of the extra cast.
Yes.
Just being off the hook, being annoying.
Yeah, the Charmy Bee. Oh my goodness! Remember Team Chaotix with they had the alligator, the chameleon, and the bee, and every time you used your super move, Charmy Bee would be like me, Charmy Bee, and they would like bang cymbals together or something. It's like, what is that?
Yeah. Like, people know that Shadow the Hedgehog's bad. People know that Sonic 2006 is bad.
Yes.
But this game would just be fun to watch, like a train wreck, you know?
Yes.
And then Link's crossbow training.
Yes, that's another one that
I think I had no permission to like it as much as I did.
What does that mean? You like it a lot, and it's like...
Yes, like it was $20 with the zapper. So it's like a steal, and I'm like, this should have been $50, you know?
Now,
it's the best Zelda game.
I'm kind of that way, and I haven't played it in forever, and we're both this way with Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue for the N64.
Yes.
I've heard so many people tell me how bad it is, and yet I remember having such a blast with that game.
We could play Link's crossbow training for a show, but it really does take some hours to like get in all the hooks and figure out how to get the best score and learn all the levels and stuff. So maybe for a stream sometime. I'm sure it was on the schedule for our 24-hour Wii live stream. 20th anniversary? Try again?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Or 15th. 15th is good.
Okay.
Klonoa, now, once again, I don't feel guilty for playing this game, but the aesthetics seem pretty childish. Now, I guess we could even say that the Wii itself, at the time of release, felt like a guilty pleasure because it's like, oh, that's a kid's system. I mean, just look at the name.
Plus, you played with your Wii Remote in that baby rattle plushie case, so that didn't help you.
No, it didn't. It really didn't. I probably should have gotten rid of that as soon as I got it. But Klonoa is a blast of a game, but it's really easy. It's probably meant for kids. I believe we had an episode of intro games, games that are meant to introduce people. If you are looking to get someone into platformers, start with Klonoa because it's the perfect learning curve. It's really easy. Start with that one.
I think we called it Gateway Drug Video Games.
I think that's what we called it.
No, probably.
I think it was Gateway Video Games, wasn't it?
Maybe.
I can't. No, not. There was no drugs in those titles.
I guess I better speed through so we can get to your funny story. Kirby's Epic Yarn, way too easy. Couldn't die. It was for children. Just loved it. And then I put Star Fox Assault, but there's nothing wrong with that game. So I think I meant Star Fox Adventures, which has really bad voice acting. Actual voice acting, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then the lips don't sync with it. And then it's just like really easy. And
of course it has voice acting, remember?
Yeah.
You don't have enough scarabs!
Yes. And incredibly difficult portions followed by incredibly easy portions. And then like Bomb Chicka Wah Wah with the blue fox. That was her first game. And I think it's great.
I made it most of the way through that game, and I stopped, and I don't know why.
I think I could play it now and have fun.
I probably could too.
Watch our video game confessions video for another fun fact about that very game and what I did as a foolish child. Simeon?
Other M is another one.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate it, but I really love the game. Take away the fact that it has terrible cinematics, and they are terrible.
Yep.
They are beautiful, but the voice acting is terrible. I think everybody should admit that. Don't play it for the story.
And you can't be a feminist and enjoy that aspect.
But it is so much fun gameplay-wise. Such a true Metroid game.
Yep.
In the style of like 2D Metroid, but with the 3D aspect, it's amazing. If you have to ignore the story, then do that. Mm-hmm. But still amazing. So, you want to hear my story? And I just thought of this, and I don't think I've ever actually talked about this before with anyone. Yeah, I have the mic now. So when I was a kid, Pokemon was a big deal. I was probably, let's see, Pokemon came out in 90.
Pokemon came out? What does that mean?
Like, it started, like, it was released in the US in what, 96? It was a big deal.
Anime?
The games.
Okay.
I can't remember if the games came first, then the anime came soon after. Anyways, I was thick into it, probably 99. I was 7 years old, maybe 8 years old at the latest. Mm-hmm. But the library, I was looking for anything Pokemon. The library had Pokemon comics. Now, I did not realize as a kid that there were different Pokemon comics. There's like the mainline Pokemon comics. Uh-huh. And the ones that I picked up were like they were meant for like teen girls Pokemon romance comics. Oh. And I read all the ones that the library had, and I enjoyed them, okay? I'm going to make that confession to everyone for the first time. I enjoyed these Pokemon romance, like teenage romance.
There's no choice.
Comics.
We gotta find some, and we'll have to do a dramatic reenactment.
No,
we will, or at least a dramatic reading. Maybe not a reenactment. Who was getting it on?
Nobody was getting it on. Okay, it was like well, there were human characters and Pokemon characters, and I think the Pokemon talked
and smooched.
I don't know if there was actually any smooching. I don't remember any smooching. Maybe he had not gotten to that yet in the series. They were just, Pokemon and people in love.
Okay.
And
Pokemon and people in love. Wow.
Well, not Pokemon and people in love. Pokemon were in love with each other, and people were. There was nothing hanky going on there.
Man, Sonic the Hedgehog much.
Oh no. Okay, that's embarrassing enough.
You gotta find some.
Yeah, we do.
How did that get printed? Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the crew.
Don't forget to sponsor us on Patreon for all that we do for you guys.
Yeah. And speaking of embarrassing stuff and Patreon, the day that this is being recorded, our patrons get access to your rendition of Over the Rainbow.
Oh, yes.
Ukulele. Yes. What octave would you say that was?
Every octave.
Yeah.
No, the highest. It's like a falsetto version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yep.
Done in a dorm room in Mexico. It is a gem. It is classic. It has nothing to do with video games.
Usually the videos we do.
Yes. If you are a patron, you get to see it.
See you guys next time.
Signing out.